people out there, and it's a struggle, a constant battle to figure out how exactly to come up with your creative voice in whatever field, in whatever medium you choose to put your tendrils of psychopathic rage and fury into. I mean, into whatever field you want to spread your love and joy and beauty. So I had a period in my life where my main instrument or my main medium was sound, and my main instrument was the harmonica. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I was homeless. Oh my God. Homeless? I know. It's so sad. But it wasn't really, because I was young and I was in Japan, and it's a pretty safe place. And I was pretty dumb. I didn't have to be homeless. I think I kind of willfully was ignorant enough that I was forced to be homeless. Basically, I had a credit card. I didn't know you need to call the place. Hey, I got nowhere to stay. Please help me, Mr. Consulate General. And I also didn't know to call the credit card and tell them, I'm in a new country now. So nothing worked. My debit card was stolen right out of my nipple clamp. I was walking down the street late at night, a little bit drunk, a little bit tipsy, Someone, I had a piercing, and then the piercing had a clamp. It wasn't like a nipple clamp that, clamped on your nipple. It was a nipple piercing that had a clamp on it that you could clamp to someone else's nipple, or you could put your debit card in there. Live dangerously, and I was living dangerously, and someone, they took me up on my offer and grabbed it, and it hurt my nipple, and it hurt my possible spending ability. So anyway, I was in Japan, and I had my trusty harmonica with me. I was eating a sandwich, and all of a sudden, a giant seagull crawls over to me. It had broken wings, 2 broken wings, but it crawled right over to me, and it grabbed my sandwich. Right? It didn't have any feet either. It used its beak to crawl it, but it was still fast and still ornery, and I wasn't expecting it because I was really enjoying my egg salad sandwich from Lawson's convenience store. And it grabbed my sandwich, and I couldn't catch it even though it had no legs or wings. It kind of just was rolling with the sandwich, and it ate it very quickly. It did not chew. Seagulls are not known to have proper mastication technique. So seagulls, if you're listening, chew. You should drink your foods and chew your liquids. That's what they say in macrobiotic diets. Okay, so if you really want to be healthy, seagulls, just do what I'm telling you to. Okay? Thank you. God. So anyway, took my bread. Next time I had a pastry, an apricot Danish with a nice little glaze on it, a little bit of cardamom. The convenience stores in Japan are on another level. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really into that one, but this time I was not enjoying it as much because I was on guard, on a high alert, aware of the possibility of attack and subterfuge. I was not going to allow myself to be taken advantage of again. So I was wary, and I had a weapon, a sonic weapon. So when the seagull horde approached me menacingly, I put my harmonica to my lips and I blew. They were scared, but not scared enough to stop them. They grabbed the Danish right out of my hand and ran away with it again. I was not happy, let me tell you. I was distraught. My insides felt like they were shrapnel. my mind was torn asunder. So I devised a plan. I listened to the seagulls. I got close to them. I infiltrated their society. And I purposely tried to mimic their way of speaking to each other. And sure enough, I started to recognize the seagull word or phrase, maybe a more appropriate term for escape, run, panic, scatter, danger. And so, when the seagull horde approached me on my bench of lovely sustenance, my sandwich in my talon, I grasped my trusty mouth harp, the reed shimmering with perspiration of anticipatory fright, and I put it to my lips and I said, scatter, scatter, as if I was one of the horde itself. And they took note of my utterance in their dialect of ornithological panic. And they scattered. They dispersed like oil hit with antibacterial soap in a dish-strewn sink. And that is how I found my voice on harmonica. So, you never know where inspiration and your truest expression of self will come from. Now, when I play the blues, I sound like a seagull, and I'm distinctive. People always know when they hear me on the track, that's Andrew Steiner. He sounds like a seagull. Some people think it's terrible. Some people turn it off as soon as they hear me, but they know it's me. And what they say is like, if everyone likes you, you ain't doing nothing interesting. But if half people hate you and half the people love you, well, those people really love you. And those people that hate you, as long as they ain't cornering you and in the park and stabbing you and ripping the blood from your neck with their steel, well, then this ain't so bad, right? That's great. Okay. Well, thank you for listening to Steiner's Stories. If you like it, please share it. You can buy my merch on my website, andrewsteiner.net. I got a t-shirt from one of my jokes. It says The Circumciser. It's pretty beautiful, I gotta say. And come see me on tour. I'm going on tour with Matthew Silver in July. July 22nd, we're in. If you live in Nova Scotia, which I'm sure all of you do, come see us July 22nd and 23rd in Nova Scotia. We'll probably have a date in near Boston too, and one maybe in Portland, Maine, and another one in New Brunswick. I know the rest of you live in New Brunswick. Like most of you live in Nova Scotia, but the other 10%, New Brunswick all the way, right? All right. Well, have a great night.